Here it is.
Boom, boom.
There you go.
Meeting recorded.
Oh,
I don't think
Kendrick.
It's crazy because it's now no Google Hangouts updated. So now when you press record meeting, they have this big side thing. It's like I don't know what it is, like a prompt.
Well, welcome to the TurnDown.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Episode 11.
Hey, look, they gonna know, man. Look, everybody, yeah. Google Hangouts did what it did, man. So today you did not get a regular Kendrick intro because of Google Hangouts. So blame
what it do. That's what it do, Yugi.
That's what it do. That's what it do.
Pot of greed. Draw 3 additional cards from my deck.
Oh wait. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Oh. What do they call that? The when people make sounds and it turning people on. ASMR. Oh God. I hope we're not an ASMR podcast.
Oh hell no.
No.
But that was a little treat. No.
Look,
Mila's no.
Hell nah.
I mean, like, no, but like it might make us some money. Who knows?
All right, it can make y'all brothers money. I'm out. I ain't tripping about that shit.
Whisper curse words into your ears.
I'm serious. I'd rather sell drugs.
You'd rather sell drugs?
You'd rather sell drugs
than whisper into a microphone?
Give me a couple rocks and some meth, and I'll
it's not.
That.
You know what? Pack. You know what? It's not my thing, but like, I'll do it for money.
If it's for money, I'm not just gonna do it just to do it.
I think it's easy. I think that'd be
do what just to do it? Sell drugs?
No.
ASMR.
Oh, I'm not doing no ASMR for money. Unless I'm anonymous. If I can be anonymous and like not know who it's like foot pics. Like, do they really know who's sending the foot pics?
Yeah.
No, then I'll do that. I already told him, Manny. I said, hey, if you want to sell foot pics, like I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
hustle. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take him for like
Manny's
foot pic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Foot pics. Wait, what'd you say?
I said not a Manny's foot pic because I said
won't take.
I thought he was like, yeah, I'll take a couple. I was like,
no. That's why.
I mean, still, like, I wouldn't care, but I'd be weirded out.
Yeah,
I'd be very weirded out.
I feel like you should care at that point.
Yeah, no.
I would. I'd be like, yo.
No, yeah.
It'd be a little.
Let's chat offline.
Let's chat.
Yeah, let's chat.
Hey, stop the recording. Stop the recording.
Cut.
Job's gone.
Bill, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Oh, Joe Jackson's about to come and beat my ass.
Oh, stop. Not Joe.
Stop it.
Stop it. Don't PSA. Don't listen to Jack DeJohnette and drive.
Don't do it, guys.
Shout out to Pat Clark.
It's dangerous. Yeah, we do.
Pat, man. But yeah, man, that's no. But ASMR, we're not gonna be one of those podcasts.
We're loopy on this podcast today, guys.
But you know what we do have now? Announcing it for the podcast for the first time. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram or we don't have foot pics. That's
each member of the podcast.
That's exclusive content.
Guess which ones are mine.
No. Wait till the Patreon.
Yeah, sign up for the Patreon, and then maybe we'll have foot pics. But besides that, we have a TikTok now, where we share all of our clippable moments and perhaps some behind the scenes stuff that you'll only be able to find on TikTok. Yeah. So if you want to find us on TikTok, we are. Hold up right now. 1 second. Give me 1 second. I was prepared.
78 likes strong on TikTok.
Yeah. And that was after deleting it. I'm in the process of re-uploading stuff. That is at the TurnDown, and that's all on TikTok. Give us a follow.
Show some love. Make us viral.
Yes.
You love when we talk about reparations.
Algorithm and stuff.
There we go. Reparations.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So give us a follow, please. We would really appreciate it.
Even if you don't use TikTok like me, just get on there.
Yeah.
Give a follow, like every single video.
Yeah.
I downloaded the app just to look at that stuff.
Yeah. So. Watch them while you're there,
Yeah. Help make us some money.
I edit some of the clips, we gotta bleep some stuff out for TikTok, and it's arguably way funnier.
The
Honestly,
bleeps.
Yeah. But if you want to hear it uncensored, come and give us money through our Spotify and our YouTubes. where we will still have them uncensored.
Come watch it on YouTube. Yeah,
come watch on YouTube. Watch on YouTube while you're listening to it on Spotify.
Yeah, and the YouTube you're getting uncut, because the podcast Spotify has the ads and stuff like that. YouTube you're getting it uncut. You're getting every second.
Yeah, just and because we curse, we're not monetized. So
we need some other channels
which is
income.
Well, there you go. You know what? When the media goes too far, guys.
Yes.
King of segues.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa. I cannot believe you just did that to me. You just did that to me. You're sitting there taking my title. This is like 2 weeks in a row he's done this too.
You don't have the title, man. You got to string consecutive wins together, man. You on a two game losing streak
for 9 weeks straight. I was on
it. Miles' name will still be on the T-shirt, but
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. The Warriors went 73 and 9 in the season, and they lost the championship. So it's like you went 73 games or you got a dub and you lost the championship. So it looks like Tim might be the Cavs.
Hey, I don't know. It's about the journey, guys.
It's about the journey. We'll see what you guys look like postseason.
What do you think? Okay, hold on. That reminds me. What do you guys think of like when you go to a concert and it's a really, really good concert, and then you hear like a wrong note at the end, like it's wrong, or like the singer goes for a high note, goes like ha,
and it's not like you can even. It's like they don't even play it off.
I mean, and this could it could be like I feel like you could play it off if you're in like the 930 Club or something like that. But if you're like BSO,
no,
you don't think so?
930. Well, I mean, 930 would bounce off the walls.
I mean,
everybody would hear it.
So?
I've been to 930 a couple times.
People boo,
and I've heard a lot of bad notes. Oh yeah. Well, not necessarily a boo, but just like you'll hear it, and it'll just
Well, I mean like you'll do it, and I feel like a live performance like that, the performers could be like, oh, whoa, and then laugh it off. But BSO, like you're an orchestra. But what if that whole time it was good? Do you go out of that? I feel like most people go
recency
out of that.
bias. They're gonna remember that last.
Yeah. People go out and they go, man, that was terrible.
They're gonna remember the beginning, the very middle, and the end. That's generally what people remember.
But
so
I always go for experience. I'm like, man, that last note was terrible. But you know what? They play well the whole time.
Jazz, you can kind of play it off in a group. I think if you know which
play it off all the time.
Note extensions you're playing, but like for a singer, all the time. But but if it's like a singer, like if I go to like a musical or something, and it's like, oh, they really didn't hit that note. You can tell.
You're just like, that sucks.
Yeah,
I don't know. I still think about the whole musical though. I'm still like, it was good. I mean, like it sucks that thing happened, but I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna say this is the worst thing ever. I hated this.
Also, depending on whether it's an opener or like a really big main event, like most of the time musicals are way longer than concerts. Or certain performances. Like an opener is only going to be about 45, 30 minutes.
Right.
She might be 30 minutes.
Peabody.
You know what though? Shout out to Thundercat for giving that brother some shine. He's on he's actually on the Brain Feeder label.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's actually a label mate, but no, it was trash. It was
What's
trash.
up, DC?
Well, it was because he went on. Okay, guys. So this is when we saw Thundercat at
2017 is for my 18th birthday, so it's 2017.
So we went and this guy named Peabody went up and he goes, Peabody, what up, DC? And it was all right, and we were like, because we were there to see Thundercat, and then and he plays like, I mean, he does play like an hour set. And then he goes. We can never remember what the second guy's name was.
It sucked because the second guy was really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
He was a Japanese. I think it was a Japanese.
Straight out of Tokyo. And then he goes off, and we're like, hell yeah, that was awesome. And then Peabody comes back on, which I feel like wasn't his fault. I feel like that was probably like, like the Thundercats band is like they're busy getting high. Like don't go on, do another set. So he goes on and goes, Peabody. He's like, I'm gonna play some of my own music. I'm gonna play some of my own music. And we all go, I've never openly been like, boom. But
no, that was trash.
But he was like, "Oh, I'll play some of my own music," and we went like, "His own music? You played an hour set and it wasn't your own?"
And then he was playing a bunch of. He was playing a bunch of like, you know, he was trying to go into dubstep. He was trying to go into hip hop. It just didn't make any sense. It wasn't cohesive. It's like if you're gonna do a DJ set and have actual songs that you're gonna perform, do all dubstep. Like just do straight dubstep, do straight hip hop. But don't try to mix the two and make like Skrillex come before like Lil Baby or
at least
it was just like
at least not in one performance if you're not a like known artist for doing that kind of thing. I feel like you can do that. Like I appreciate artists who can pull off doing a bunch of like different stuff.
Oh yeah, if you're on that caliber.
Yeah, but it's
like Flying Lotus, dude could do whatever he wants.
Of course. Yeah.
I'll be in that joint.
I don't know if Peabody can do that.
Yeah.
No. You're just not there yet.
Which is unfortunate for him because I remember towards the end of the set he was like, "So do you all want to see a Thundercat?" And we were all like, "Yes, like leave." And he's like,
also, I paid at a certain point, and this is similar to when the media goes too far with critiques. I paid for Thundercat. That was the cost. Like I did not pay for Peabody. I get that you're an opener, but I've seen 2 openers that have taken up 2 hours of my time for a concert that was supposed to start at X time. I'm ready. This is 2 hours have gone by. It's 9 o'clock. It's almost 9:30 in 9:30 Club. I'm ready to go. Okay.
I believe Thundercat didn't go on until like 10:45.
Yeah, it was really late.
It was super late. Now, granted, he put on a show.
Oh yeah,
he put on a show,
and that's when I say experience. Like I went out there and I was like, that was worth it. You know, like definitely.
Oh, of course. You know, and especially it's $25. It was not a crazy price to.
Which is crazy because now Thundercat would be way more expensive. No,
well, I mean, Fillmore last year was only $40, so
that's pretty good.
It didn't go up that much. But we'll see where he's at now as a Grammy winner.
Yeah, now
his album won a Grammy. So
it also didn't end up happening. So thanks COVID.
Yeah. Well, hey, honestly, thanks COVID, man, because at least now he can come off. I feel like when you have that light under, like, hey, I want a Grammy on this thing, man. Like this is a Grammy award. He wouldn't have been able to say that back then.
True.
Now he can say this is a Grammy award winning album. Like hell yeah. But that means the ticket prices are gonna go up.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna go to 60. But
I'll pay 60 for Thundercat. I'll pay
I'll pay 150 for Thundercat. There's not really a price on that guy. It's like Kendrick Lamar. I pay if he came, I'd pay as much as I could, as much as I could.
Yeah.
My God. But
the media.
And I mean, honestly, I don't even want to start with sports or like what's going on with the Stephen A. Smith stuff. We can hold that for later. My thing about the media going too far, I've seen in the past couple of months, maybe it's because COVID has taken away the right to go to the movies for so many people, so critics are like grading movies from their laptop or, sitting in their, studio apartment with a 40-inch, whatever. They're not grading it, in the movie, in the theater.
In a cinema, yes.
Yeah.
In the cinema, right? They're not grading that. So I'm seeing all of these reviews for a bunch of movies coming out. What's the movie? Tenet. Like there's been some stuff that's come out. Judas and the Black Messiah, even like a lot of stuff that's come out where there have been really just bad reviews. And at some point, it's kind of like, okay, I understand if you didn't like the movie, but I'm gonna ask you guys, when do you feel like it's crossing a line for any? What do you think? What comments do you think make us be considered crossing a line? And then when is it crossing a line on the critics' part towards the actors, towards the directors? Because I've seen some harsh reviews, and it's like, whoa, like I don't know if this was, So what would you guys consider separating the artists and their art?
We kind of touched on this a little bit
with last week. Episode. Oh, and last week.
No, last week with American Skin, and how when that movie came out initially at the film festival, so it was like an indie film. All of the critics for that movie were white, which is next to all of them were white.
Yeah.
So like, all of it. So from the get go, like they're not even receptive to what the movie's about. They're just like, oh, look at them complaining again, and it was very obvious in their commentary, just stuff like like, I didn't really understand the premise, or like, oh, this is so unrealistic. And it was like, But it wasn't even just like the whole storming the police station thing was unrealistic, which, yeah, that probably wouldn't happen. But it was just like beginning. It's like, oh, that doesn't really happen. I'm like, dude, I've seen that happen like 5 times this week. Like,
Yeah.
So stuff like that, just so on a bigger scale, when people just generally, you have critics who are not of the correct background to even understand a piece of work, for what it really is, to really appreciate. So you have people already going in with certain biases, because I'm certain if you have, it's like with a jury, and how the American court system has screwed people that look like me and Kendrick. Systemically, you have this jury that's stacked of people that don't look like you, who aren't ready to understand what your story is, to understand, the circumstances that put you where they put you. So automatically they're just looking at it as like, okay, I don't relate to this person. So it's easier for you to be like, to shut yourself off and be like guilty, or, here's the harshest penalty I can give you because I don't relate to you. You don't look like me. So it's a similar thing especially with movies like that, where, these people don't live the life that's being portrayed.
Yeah.
So to them, it's like, oh, well, it doesn't exist. That's unrealistic. You guys are just complaining. I keep seeing these films. Now, granted, I do hate, like you were saying last week, Kendrick, the Black trauma films that keep getting spit out.
Yeah,
it's regurgitated, man. It's just regurgitated over and over.
Because it's like, at this point, it's like, we get it. And obviously, after like the third, fourth one, they're not watching. The people who it's aimed at are not watching, because they don't want to be receptive. Because why would I spend my money to be told that I'm a terrible person?
My gosh. And even honestly, I say it's the same when it comes to the contrary. Like, when you talk about movies that get a bunch of praise, and they just get showered with praise. Like, I'm trying to think about movies that have been like, can you guys think of any movies in the past couple of years that everyone was just like, oh my God, this is such a good movie. It got nominated for everything. It won all of these awards, and it's like, it didn't deserve it. Like, I mean, it's not, people need to understand that when it comes to movies, especially when it comes to music, it's not determined by the people. Same with politics. It's not determined by the masses. Money. It's money. And it's also a group of white guys on a panel. Yeah. Like a group of 50 or 60-year-old white guys, maybe a couple women, and I think maybe, of course, they throw that one minority in there for I guess, just to make it look like we're inclusive. And then they judge these movies and give them the Oscars and give them the Grammys. And it's like, that's, we've touched on this a little bit, especially in music, but it's in film. That is, musicians, I mean, no offense to musicians, I think it's just a lot of work that goes into putting an album together and winning a Grammy. That's just, it's not easy at all. But a movie, a film, when you talk about so many moving pieces, and it's the actors, it's the extras, it's the directors, the producers, the camera, the crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then also, not only that, okay, you have a great team together. How much money are you going to get, and which film, like DreamWorks, who are you going to go to? Which studio are you going to go to fund that dream?
You have to think about locations.
That studio, locations, will that studio allow you to fund you? Will they allow you to do what they're going to put the money behind? Will they let you fully execute? Like, people don't look, like, when you look at Spike Lee, that's why Spike Lee is my favorite filmmaker of all time. I don't think there's anyone that touches him, mainly because of what he's been able to do with limited resources. He's not getting a Spielberg budget. He's not getting a Lucas budget. He sure as hell he's not even getting a Scorsese budget. He's not getting anything. And Scorsese doesn't get crazy budgets either. But you're giving him scraps. Like, Malcolm X was made, I think, with what, $10 million? $12 million. This is a 3.5 hour film. You're talking about the biography of arguably the biggest civil rights leader of all time in a lot of people's eyes. $10 million. Tenet had a $200 million budget. $200 million. And no offense, I watched Tenet. It was underwhelming, but it had a $200 million budget. What's Avengers, Black Panther, which thank God Black Panther had a big budget, but all the superhero movies, and you look at like even Hunger Games, like those movies have big budgets. So when you have that work of art that's made under pressure, limited budget, I mean, actors not even getting what they're getting, deserve to get paid. And then you have the critics come out, and it's the select panel that comes out and says one of two things: this movie's excellent, and it really wasn't all that great, or hey, this movie's shit. And better yet, they'll say things like, "Oh, this isn't the type of role I expected this X actor to play. I truly don't even think that they have the range to do it." It's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Let's not put that on paper for everyone to see.
Especially because those criticisms come out before the movie's released to the public. So like I'm looking right now.
Exactly.
I know we were talking about American Skid, not to get back on it, but like I'm looking at like the IMDb rating 6.8 out of 10, which is, that's almost a 7. That's like, okay.
It's average. It's an
the
average.
IndieWire is 1 out of 5. The Rotten Tomatoes is 37%, but if you look at the Google users, it's 92% like the movie.
Right.
So you also have those things where there's a huge disparity. It's very obvious that different people are actually the ones who are actually watching the movie are very different to those who are reviewing it.
Yeah. How I've always thought about Rotten Tomatoes specifically is in general, if critics say it's bad, but audience says it's good, and audience it's like 92%, even the critics is like 56, it's a good movie. You're going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
that's right.
At the very least, you're going to enjoy it.
American Skin has 95% audience score to 37%.
Right. Yeah. That's so you're gonna enjoy it. But I mean, well, as long as you. I mean, I feel like even if you like are a person who's like, oh, I don't want to see all that, like I feel like you could still enjoy it on a cinematic level. But either way, like, that's how I feel about that. And then like if everyone says it's bad, then it's probably bad. And then if everyone says it's good, then you look at like comments. Then you go, okay, what do they say about the movie? But in general, if everyone says it's good, it probably is a good movie. But like every time I've seen critics say it's bad and audience says it's good, it's at least really enjoyable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're not gonna.
And there are also times where it's like, again, where the praise is just thrown on it to the point where I'm like, hold on. Like personally, look, this is gonna be an unpopular opinion. I know people are gonna attack me. I love Black Panther. I love the movie. Before I say this, I love the movie. I love what it stands for, and we needed it as black people. We needed that movie. Period. So nobody come at me, but after I say this. However, the movie was overrated. I definitely think it, as a black person who loved the movie, I loved what it stood for. I loved watching it. It was an excellent movie. It was overrated. I had people coming to me telling me, hey, this is the best Marvel movie of all time. You better shut your trap.
No.
You better shut your trap. Because I saw Captain America Civil War. I saw Captain America Civil War, and personally, that is my favorite. It's either Captain America Civil War.
Civil War was awesome. Ragnarok was really cool.
Crazy.
Personally, I really liked Ragnarok. That was enjoyable.
Ragnarok was
Civil War was
nice.
Civil War was just, especially them bringing Black Panther in.
Yeah,
I was like, what I'm saying? Like Black Panther standalone was great, but like the first time you're seeing, like that's so pivotal. You're seeing Black Panther go toe to toe with Captain America. Yeah. Like that is just. That's crazy, so that moment plus seeing more of Falcon, that was one of my favorite. But when Black Panther came out, it's similar to a lot of other movies that have come out recently where it's like, oh man, this movie is like the best. And it's like, nothing's better. And it's like, wait, let's watch it again. Let's not do that after the first watch, right? Because the first watch of Black Panther was like, okay, this might be the best Marvel, even for me, this might be the best Marvel movie of all time. Then I watched it twice more, and I was like, it's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's good. I love it. Very good.
But it's good. Right.
Would I say the best? No. I mean, like the importance to the overarching story of the Marvel Universe was less than, it really had no impact on the wider world until the very end of the movie. Right. And, some of the writing there were some parts that felt a little rushed. But it's still a good movie overall. That's not to say anything, but I think the reason why there was that this is the best was because of its importance.
Of course. Of course.
So but I understand what you're saying, where it's like as a movie on its own, right?
Yeah. Very good though. Like, please, nobody DM me or like, hey man, you ain't on Black Panther, haha. No. I'm not. I love the movie.
And get Dr.
10 out of 10 in my eyes. I'm serious.
I feel like for the past 3 episodes, we've
Dr. Umar.
Been like, man, Umar's gonna get us.
Umar's gonna come for us, man.
He's gonna pop up in the square, man.
Oh, let's get Umar. We got to get Umar on the show, man.
I don't know if he'll. I don't know.
I don't think he's good.
Yeah.
No, he would. Yeah. That's the one thing. Umar puts himself in positions with people who are not black all the time. Now, will he be that nice? Maybe not. He probably, and he won't be mean. He'll just say some things that you might hear and be like, "Oh, like extremist things."
I'll be down for that.
Yeah, it's an open discussion. It's like I'd have a KKK member on here. I'd love to. Yeah. I'd love to hear exactly. Like, I want to hear the psychology behind how you think.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm black. Okay. What makes you so insecure about black guys? XYZ. Yeah. Okay. Well, I kind of knew that. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Like, I know the obvious. That everyone knows that. But what really makes you hate me to the point where you feel like I don't deserve to breathe? A lot of people feel like that. I don't deserve, like, I want to know that. So I'd love to have it. We got any KKK members listening, please, by all means, submit.
Yeah, if we still have KKK members listening by episode 11.
Episode 11, when the media goes too far. Again, when the media goes too far, send us a DM, send us a message, and we will happily have you and all of your KKK buddies and skinheads on the TurnDown.
Yeah, just like in a separate place. Yeah. No, not in person.
It's gonna be on Hangouts.
Oh no. It's gonna be on Google Hangouts, fam. Yeah. Because if y'all say something a little bit too risque and you're sitting next to May.
Well, we'd be outnumbered in this situation, so I don't know how.
And you do mean risky, right? With an accent, not risque, because.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to make it
two different things.
Yeah. I knew you did, but then then that's a twist. That's a turn of events.
That's true. That might make for an interesting episode.
Yeah.
Well, when you think about it, a lot of people that hate black people love black people. They just don't want to admit it.
Yep. Stay woke.
I can't tell you how many prostitutes I used to run into just throughout my life, like here and there, that were telling me like, "Hey, we have the white men pick us up the most, the most." And I was like, really? They had a conversation.
Run into any prostitutes actually?
I've never run into. Nah, you probably haven't. Not on not where you're at.
Well, not on WBNA, obviously.
yeah, not there. Now there are in Glen Burnie. I've seen them, but they're just it's very out here. It's cracked down. Like, you're not gonna see it nearly as much, and they're very slick with it. It's like certain times of night, certain areas. You drive down to like Ritchie Highway, you cut off of it, you might see them there, but it's like it's not the same. DC is just all over the place. The cops don't even do anything about it at this point, because it's like, what am I? People you're gonna have to sit arrest.
I've certainly seen them, like, especially when I go to DC, but it's I've never been like, hey, what's up? Like, what? I guess that'd be weird to just go, like, hey, what's up? No, don't worry, I'm not. No, I just want to chat.
Well, I mean,
that's probably just you're walking, right?
Yeah, they're people.
No, I'm not saying that they're not people. No, what I'm saying is, like, I don't want to get in the way of your job. Like, do you like?
Oh no. I talk to them during the day. Like, if I've ever talked to a prostitute, it's like, my dad. I remember down when I was in like Southeast, he'd drop me off and like go, drive or something. I'd just be chilling, and they'd come up, high heel boots, about to get ready for work, and we just said, "Oh, you cute little boy, what's up?" I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" So how's business? And they'd really like be open about it. Tell me everything. Yeah, last night I got picked up by some white dude, gave me $500 to like touch his toes. You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy stuff. Yes, like I've heard some crazy stories.
I believe it, but I just laugh because that is the tamest thing that I did not expect to come out of your mouth. Just
$500.
$500.
$500. I mean, they do some really, and it'll be the white guys that people would always think, oh, he's got such a nice family, married to Barbara, got 2 kids, both go to Princeton. I mean, you're talking about people that live in Rockville in like $1 million houses that will come down to the projects in that Mercedes C-Class and pick up a black prostitute and pay her $700 to like rub chin hair. Like, just really weird stuff. $700, 700 bones. I'd rub chin hair for 700 bones.
$700, yeah. What?
Are you kidding
me?
If
that's all I had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, chin
I
hair.
give you a little tickle,
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't expect like
not my hairs on my chinny chin.
But hell no. Crazy stuff. prostitutes. I mean, pimps. I've seen a couple pimps. You know,
I've definitely seen pimps. I've seen, especially Detroit, because they're like the suits. Well, Detroit
that's
suits.
The pimp capital.
Yeah,
that's the pimp capital.
So like you know, and it's like they want you to know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Gold tooth. Maybe still got a little bit of Jerry Curl left over, but they don't have Jerry Curl in their hair anymore.
Good old Sweetwater.
Good old Sweetwater. PIMPs. God. And it's funny because I didn't even know the concept of what a pimp was until I got older. I'd always, and I knew of prostitution, but I always thought the pimp was like a security guard, which they kind of are. Until you find out it's like they're also abusive.
That's the
issue.
Main thing, at least portrayed, which is true. That's why it's portrayed, but that's the main thing.
But I feel like a lot of those issues, like you have the issues of like pimps and stuff. If you made if you opened up like sex work and made it legal,
then you wouldn't need it.
I don't need a pimp. I can go out and do it on my own. Not me specifically. That's not generally the career path that I would choose, but I won't shame anybody for choosing that.
Of course.
But then you also have less of people being forced into it also, because it's like, oh, I can, you're less likely to have somebody who's been forced into it, because if it's legal, then and be like, okay, I went in by choice or whatever.
See, that's where I think the line gets blurred between human trafficking and prostitution. There's a really thin line, and it's like, okay, because human trafficking in itself, okay, I'm not talking about the broad scope of human trafficking, because Lord knows human trafficking is people being trafficked. That's a different thing. However, there are different forms of human trafficking. So it's like, once the person is trafficked, now they're technically prostituted, but just by force. So if a pimp in a lot of cases is doing it by force, even though the woman consensually said, I want to do this, she's going against, you know what I'm saying? That you can force her to go against her will as a pimp. So it's like that in itself is kind of no longer consensual prostitution.
Then it's like, I think just one of those things you just have to figure out, where it's like, it's one, but what is unfortunate is a lot of times it is the sex worker themselves that is being incarcerated and put into the system without any regard for, well, what situation were they put in? Like, what if they were trafficked? All of that stuff, where it's like that so many things were out of their control and they were put into the situation, and now they have to pay the price for this crime, when really it wasn't their choice at all.
Would you guys date a sex worker?
I think that's such a broad. I mean, that's a question. That's actually never a question I've been posed. I've never thought about that.
I think I've
an intimate relationship.
Well, it also depends, because I think we also have to realize that sex work is broader than just prostitution.
So, okay, so I'll put it be like stripper, stripper, prostitute, dominatrix,
porn actress.
Trying to think about porno. Any of those things.
That's
in those realms.
That's a whole other thing too. Like, so prostitution's illegal, but you put a camera on it and it's illegal. Like, what? Anyway. Yeah. Well, and then that's when you get into discussion of there are different types of porn.
Then you also specific. It's also stuff about stuff like OnlyFans is sex work technically.
Yes. OnlyFans is now included. Oh my God! First off, we never touched on that, which is crazy.
OnlyFans?
We've never touched on that
without saying it once, which is crazy.
Without saying it once. That's
I don't know if I probably said it.
Maybe I'm proud of us
at some point, but
I don't think so.
I feel like
we have not. We've never talked about it. Let's talk about that real quick. I know this is supposed to be about the media, but hey, F it. Let's talk about this real quick.
We are the kings of tangents.
Hey.
If one thing is solid truth, that
I have seen. Oh no. I have seen over the past, I want to say year and a half. I don't know where OnlyFans came from. I truly don't. But whoever made the idea, I mean, I've seen people literally change their lives. Not that I know personally, but like from afar. On social media or whatever. Like, if you chart their growth in the past year, they went from no money, living on their own, just saying, hey, I have a banging body or a banging, body part, and I just need money, to a year later, you're now buying a house, or you have a nice apartment and a car, and income for the next X amount of years or whatever. Like, how do you guys personally feel about the idea of monetizing naked pictures?
If you got it, do it. I think it's like I think if it's something that you want to do, and I think that's the thing. I would hope. And I think that's a question that I've asked myself as far as like it pertains to like my potential children, where it's like,
that's stuff to think about.
Like personally, my job as a parent, I feel, is to allow them to be able to make that decision. I feel like I have failed if that is the only thing that they can do to make money. However, that being said, if that's what they want to do, I mean, you're an adult and they're an adult, of course.
As long as you're of age.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, make sure this is what you want to be doing, and if you can do it, I'll support you from afar. I'm not gonna, I'll be like, but but like it's like, all right, cool. And so I guess when I think about it like that, in regards to like say a potential son or daughter, or any other child, it's just like, if you feel like that's what you want to be doing, and that's fulfilling for you, like, go ahead. I mean, just make sure you're of age, make sure you're not. I would want to make sure it's not coming from a place of needing validation, because I hope that that's not. I hope it's not from a place of something's missing from your life, and like I hope that's something you talk about. But at the end of the day, if I've done my job, you should be able to have that choice. I want you to have that choice. I don't want that to be your only option.
Right. And at the end of the day, it's entrepreneurship. It's entrepreneurship. I mean, to the max. Like, yes, is it easily accessible? Yeah, of course. Your body's your body. It's gonna be there. Like, it's not like you had to go out. Now some people do get surgeries to do OnlyFans, and like that's fine if you can afford it. But I mean, a lot of times it's just a guy or a girl who's like, hey, I got a banging bod. Like, I got a banging this, banging that. Let me just take a picture of it. And you're like, what I'm saying? Like,
you can make money off of it.
Damn. Because you have to garner interest, and then once you garner the interest, you have to keep it. Yeah. So it's no different than like a marketing campaign. You're just marketing
like any skill, like being a musician. Like, it's like, I'm good at music, so this is what I'm going to do to make me money. If it's like, I was gifted with, a nice body or body part.
Yeah.
Left ear.
And
I got a great top lip.
Yeah.
Top lip. That's my new band name.
Top lip.
Top lip.
That was my nickname in high school.
Top Lip Records. Top Lip Records.
Actually, honestly,
Top Lip Records.
That doesn't sound the worst. Yeah. Like, that sounds real.
I'm copywriting that tomorrow. I'm copywriting that.
But I think like if you got it and you feel like, all right, I want to use this to my advantage, by all means. Times are hard. The government's not going to help you, so like,
hey,
that's a very mature answer.
And I just hate what I hate the most is when you got people that'll shame them. And it's like the shamers are almost always 110% guilty. If you have gone out and taken a picture, whether it be a thirst trap, whether it be a nude, and send it to your partner, how dare you shame somebody?
Yeah,
that is literally doing the exact same thing that you did on your dirty sink, and making money off of it. At least they can monetize their dirty sink picture. Yeah. What are you doing with yours? Okay, because homeboy just left your ass, and you had sheets crying over a bacon, egg, cheese biscuit.
And now Tanner just sent it to all his buds. I just use Tanner as a name.
Yeah. Tanner sent it all his.
Sorry
friends.
to any Tanners that are real. I'm sure you're a nice guy.
Right.
Actually, if you're named Tanner, are you really? But
damn, I've always met bad Tanners. I've met like 5 Tanners.
I don't think I've ever met a good Tanner. I've never. So if you are like DM us and tell us what's up. But like we can work that out. Have you on the show and clear your name, or maybe just get that changed really, because your name just has a bad connotation.
Let's get a good Tanner on here, guys.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's get a good Tanner on here.
Get a good Tanner.
Anybody who knows a Tanner, and what, Tanner, you're a good guy.
This sounds like we're advertising for someone to tan us.
No.
Yeah. Oh hell no!
Get a tanner and nail salon on this podcast.
Tim, you on a podcast with two darkies. You really think we're gonna be seeking tans?
Not darkies.
You're right. You're right. My white brain took over.
What's about to be midnight up in here? What we trying to accomplish, man? We're gonna look like the Smurfs that got dropped off in the hood.
Anyways, Tanner, if your name is Tanner, not your occupation, come on the show and show us why you're a good person.
Tanner.
I apologize for my ignorance.
Until we meet you, Tanner, we're just gonna go ahead and assume that Tanner is a piece of shit, and he showed all of his friends your dirty sink pics.
F you, Tanner.
Yeah. I mean, you should have known from the start. That's your fault. First mistake is dating a dude named Tanner. But
no, ouch. First of all, I think we actually may. Let's hope we don't run into anybody on this podcast whose boyfriend is named Tanner, because damn it,
and that might this might be your sign, baby girl. I'm sorry.
Just lost.
Get you a Miles, sis. Get you Miles.
That wasn't what I was going for, but since we're here, applications. King of segues, Miles Malone.
There you go,
baby.
Oh my god. Yeah, but no, that's what?
Turn down. You know where I'm at. I know where you're at. Well, not yet.
But he will soon. And hopefully, I mean, you find him before he finds you, because if you find him, you leave the mystique to Miles Malone.
Yeah. Whatever that.
Well, no, damn it. No. Let him find your ass first. God damn. Because you don't want somebody to pull up on you with like yogurt and just be looking,
Not yogurt again, please.
Oh God. Like a box with legs.
What's your favorite yogurt?
What's my favorite? I don't think I've eaten yogurt since that incident.
You haven't eaten yogurt?
Legitimately, I don't think I've eaten yogurt since that incident.
I'm a Danimals guy.
Really? Danimals?
Yeah, buddy. Yes.
Oh man.
Yes. No, I'm a Danimals guy. First of all, that shit has you feeling good before the gym. Oh my god!
See, I
drank Danimals before I was in them. I was like, yo, Danimals. It's crazy protein in there. I think it's also the sugar. It's like a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
It's like the sugar and was pumped you up, but like
I like a nice yo play. I feel like that's a boring answer.
I like yo. Well, okay. Well, what's your favorite? I don't really eat peaches, but I love peach yogurt. I love
peach yogurt.
When I ate yogurt, still back in yogurt days.
Yeah, I like peach Greek yogurt. I like Greek yogurt more than I do regular yogurt. Honestly.
I don't really eat yogurt that much, but I'm not really a Greek yogurt guy.
Nah, I love it. It's
just
so
funny.
Good.
You'd think I would be like but I'm more about like I like drinks that people don't like.
See, most white people like yogurt. White people love yogurt. They love like
dairy products in general, man. Yeah,
but it's
I do like
cottage.
I do like cottage cheese
because they're tough Neanderthals.
Oh hell no! You like cottage cheese?
Yeah, I like cottage cheese. Yeah, it's just curds. It's curds.
Have I eaten cottage cheese at any recent point? I don't think I have.
Cottage cheese.
Yeah, I like cottage cheese. I'm not like getting like a
he's not always jonesing for a cottage cheese.
No, I'm not. But you can you eat one of those small like packs, like the small little things that kind of just open them right up, just get a spoon? Could you do that? Or do you like it as a topping? Or like a mixture with stuff.
No, I mean,
a difference.
I eat it like by itself, but I like a small. Like I get like a few spoonfuls and I just eat it.
That's not terrible.
It's like my breakfast, but I don't eat it like it's ice cream or anything. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't get home after a long day and be like, man, I gotta open up the cottage cheese.
Bust out the cottage cheese.
It's like my breakfast. Like when I'm like, man, I just don't feel like cereal. I don't feel like it. I just eat it up.
No, I need the charger.
There you go.
Yeah.
An easy breakfast.
Sometimes you just need some cottage cheese.
So how we were already on a tangent? We're on a tangent from our tangent.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
From another tangent, probably. Yeah.
That's how it goes. Baby.
Oh no, back to the OnlyFans thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back there, because I know that's where we were. I remember specifically, I don't know if you guys remember, because I know you guys were on social media back in like early high school. I think to some capacity. Yeah. I remember, do you guys remember, and this is so sad, I don't want to, the thought pages.
Yeah. I remember hearing of them. I was never on them because I was like,
I never.
First of all, Miles, if you were on them.
No,
I said not on them. I mean, I never looked at them.
Like, never.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah. I never did either. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was in tune with the time. I was in them.
It's okay. It was like at least 105, 405. I always forget the number.
Trap King K. Okay.
Trap King. Oh, that was Trap King K.
That was Trap King K. For those that don't know, my Instagram handle back when I was about 13 used to be trapking.k.
Trap King K.
I don't know what trap I was the king of. I lived in Lake Village in
Carriage Drive.
Carriage Circle. But
Carriage Circle.
Carriage Circle. Put some respect on my name. Carriage Court was up the street.
Man, whenever I delivered to Carriage Circle, man, I was in my car and I was out. Like I was
for real.
I was like,
it's peaceful around there, or maybe not no more because Mead Village started coming over a lot more. Oh damn. Yeah, well, hey, I moved out 2017. I
was not trying to get caught up at Carriage Circle
because also it's hard to get up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get in, it's like you got 3 speed bumps in and 3 speed bumps out,
and those speed bumps are a bitch.
Yeah,
they're worse than Rainbow View. They're worse than Rainbow View,
and even Rainbow View is bad too. But I cannot imagine how bad.
The more I go over it, it's not that bad.
But it's also like
really not that bad.
Right, you just have to slow down.
You gotta slow down.
It's bad your first time.
Oh yeah, it's bad. Miles damn near tore out his transmission. Yeah. We heard his car pop up. That both legs.
Yeah.
He was like, God damn. That's the one thing, man. If y'all don't know Miles, man, when this brother gets angry, it's gotta be one of the funniest things. It's one of the funniest things because it's not an angry. Like when I get angry, I'm just like, man, fuck, man. Like, I'm pissed. I'm like,
I mean, like Miles angry, like serious angry. Now that's like bad. Like
no, that's funny.
I don't think it's funny.
I mean, funny. Like, you know, when Miles was angry when he failed that stat test senior year. My man was angry. He was sitting up in that chair, pissed off. He was angry, and guess what I was doing? Laughing. And guess what he started doing? Laughing.
Yeah,
because even he knew. He was like, this motherfucker said. He said. He said, how did I get this low of a grade?
Tyler's like, I got a B. Kendra's like, oh man, I got a D, man. That sucks. I got an E.
I got an E. Oh my god, Kendra.
He said, I'm gonna have to tell my mom.
I just got the car. I gotta tell him, dude. I'm gonna be riding the bus to school. And he just put I think he put the exam face down on his table. He just flipped it. He was just like, he just sat there like. Another time Miles got real pissed. He was angry was in Annapolis when his car got towed. Oh my god.
And it was 1:15 in the morning and we're like, all right, let's get home. We're about to go down to the car, get back, and the car is gone. We walk up past Chicken Roots because we parked in the street next to Chicken Roots, but the problem was we parked in front of an alley that led to people's houses because we didn't know.
Yeah, that's right.
Which was, now looking back, was so
that was stupid on our part. Yeah, that was stupid on our part. That was.
I think we were just, and honestly, I think that was just inexperience as drivers. Even though like you have been driving for a little bit, I think still that was like, now we know. It's not even. It's not even
knowing
a debate.
Knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe, come on, guys.
Real American heroes.
Well, in this case, G.I. Jodeci. Okay, because
G.I. Jodeci
on our names. Casey and
I can't
flow.
Can't believe. Yeah, that was pretty.
That was a bad. And Miles was so mad he kicked a rock, and I don't think the brother realized his decision before he did it, because he kicked the rock. He was just like, "Man, damn it, I don't got no money." Because we were thinking how to call an Uber, and we were all broke. Tyler, on the other hand, I don't think was broke.
I don't think he was. He was just like, "Damn, that's crazy."
Yeah, he was just sitting back, and we was like, "You know what, brother? Okay." We was chilling. But Miles, we were walking past the school. He was like, "Kendrick, how much money you got in your account?" I said, "I got $10, bro, and that's for gas." And I was like, "Miles, how much you got in your account?" He said, "I got 25, and that's for gas." I said, "Okay." And so he was just like, he called his parents. He was like, "Yeah, Ma, we're okay." And that's how you know Miles is really pissed when he starts talking real quiet.
Yeah.
He was like,
no, that's true.
His mom was like, "Are you guys okay? Are you gonna be able to get home?" He said, "Yeah, Ma, we'll be able to get home." And she was like,
"Okay, yeah, we'll be able to get home.
We'll be able to get home." He said, "Okay, Mom. Okay, bye." fuck, kick the rock. I look at Miles and I'm like, that was the most careful kick I've ever seen in my life. When I say that brother was very safe, when I say he planted his toe on the tip of the rock to make sure it didn't get stubbed. He basically kicked it with the bottom of his foot.
Oh, no. See, it was technique because backstory. I played soccer for 13 years, so like I knew proper kicking technique. I knew how to not injure myself. Right? Yeah. Right. That's where the blue jersey comes from. So I could still be angry, but I had to make sure I didn't break my foot, right? Because that would have been a whole nother issue. But I was pretty angry. Rock? I don't think it could have been that big. It might have.
It wasn't big. It was in front of this. It's an elementary school over there. It was one of the rocks like on their front, whatever. Yeah, so it wasn't a huge rock. You know, I don't even think it wasn't going to do too much damage. But he positioned his foot properly throughout that kick. Executed.
No, I just imagine Miles just go like hanging up the phone, quiet, just going, "Fuck." It made me laugh.
That's generally how like my like exasperated like anger, because I will say I don't get very angry often. Like I like very rarely do I get angry. I generally tend to keep a very cool head.
I think the reason why I don't laugh like Kendrick does when Miles gets angry is probably because I get angry the exact same way.
Yeah, Tim, your angry is more. Yeah, you guys have like a very sophisticated anger.
Well, because you know what I'm saying. Because I feel like it's all like we don't get it. It doesn't seem like it grows at all. It just gets explosive like that, and then we're good. I feel like that's how. Like if I'm angry, like it
was like a quick release,
you know. And then just and then I'm like sitting there, and I'm like this, you know, and then I'm good.
That's like when when my side view mirror got taken off by that bus in DC. Short story time. I took.
What the fuck, dog?
So, summer of 2019, is before sophomore year. I took my sister for her 16th birthday to a Tame Impala concert. Great concert, by the way.
Yes, Tame Impala.
Expensive ass tickets. But you know, it was her 16th birthday. That's her favorite band, whatever. It's in DC, so I'm making a U-turn, and I had a 2006 Ford Fusion. Shit turns like a fucking bus.
Oh yeah.
Like the turning circle was non-existent.
Yeah. Understeer like crazy.
So I'm trying to make this tight ass U-turn and I don't make it all the way. So I'm like, well shit, I gotta back up into the turn. Now this car that followed me into the turn is behind me and they're honking at me as I'm backing up. I'm like, well, I obviously didn't make the turn. Like give me space to back up.
Yeah.
Right.
I back up, I think I'm good. I go on about my day. And they're following me. This car that followed me, and they're like trying to like chase me down. This is what I found out. That's what was happening afterwards. They like basically there's 3 lanes. I'm in the middle lane. The car is on the left, kind of in my blind spot, so I can't really get out of this out of my lane to the left if I need to. And then on the right is a bus lane, but the bus is diagonal, so its tail end is out in my lane, so I need to swerve to get around that, but they're pinning me into my lane. So I'm trying to maneuver around it, and I think I make it, but I just miss, or I think I miss it, but I just hit the back end of the bus, and this is my first. And for legal purposes, this is a joke in case the city of DC is watching. What the hell?
That is the loudest. That's the loudest it's been, I think, on the podcast.
Yeah. Sorry, I hate my street. So
for legal reasons.
Yeah, for legal reasons, this is a joke because I do not need the city of DC or my insurance
police department.
Yeah. And I hit my side view mirror hits the bus, and just the loudest shit. Like that's exactly how it happened. And my sister was looking at me like, "Are you good, dog?" Like,
I think I would have said exactly the same thing, exactly the same way.
So now I'm stopped, and now I'm angry because I'm like, these fuckers just pinned me into my lane. So they come, but they actually come around me and they stop in front of me, and now I'm stopped. And she comes up to me and is like, "You hit us back there," and I'm like, "Bullshit, I hit you back there." She's like, "When you were backing up," he's like, "You hit us." I'm like, "Oh, I was I was like, okay, I just hit this bus, so I'm a little frazzled. And I'm like, is there any damage? You guys okay? It's like, yeah, there's damage on our passenger side side view mirror. And I didn't think about it at first because the U-turn we took was a left turn.
Right.
So if I was backing up, I would have hit their driver's side. If they
would not have hit their passenger,
wouldn't have hit the passenger side. So it was like, and they were looking at the passenger side, so I know it wasn't a slip of the tongue. And they were like, oh yeah, like let's just get information and everything. We'll trade information. They didn't give me their information. I gave theirs. I was just like, okay, whatever, cool.
No,
it was like 2 years ago now. So like the time ran out. Yeah, that was insurance fraud.
Oh, I didn't know thing.
Yeah, it's insurance fraud.
So they never did anything with it. Though.
Never did anything, and at the time's up to claim anything because we made the claim to our insurance.
Man.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
for those listening, never give and not get. Always get their insurance information as well. Worst case. Oh, yeah. Damn.
But I still had to replace that side view mirror, and that was pretty angering. But hey, it's cool now. I have a new car now that
Yeah.
Engine in it, but
you still have to put oil in it every trip, basically.
I put in an additive that slows down the burn, so it's good now.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. God dang it, man! Hey,
probably can't have Volkswagen sponsor us.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe you make engines that don't, break when one little thing goes wrong.
Yeah.
Whoa! No lawsuits. Again,
for legal reasons, that was a joke.
Legal reasons, that was a joke.
We'll take a Mazda sponsor though.
Yes, we can get a Mazda sponsor, especially considering
the 2/3 Mazda pod.
Yes, literally, yeah. They got cheap ass car parts. Shout out to Mazda, man. Cheap car parts all around. Alternators less than $300. It's crazy.
That's true.
Acceleration, zoom,
crazy.
Baby.
When my car was incapacitated, I was driving it was like a 2003 Mazda.
Man,
6.
Yeah.
And the thing has 210 miles on it. Still runs.
Still runs fine.
210,000. Yes, sir.
My sister drives it now.
Now be careful though, because those older ones, I'm shocked it lasts 210. I think you guys were lucky because they had the Jetco, whatever they call them, transmissions that were made super cheap. So they changed. That's when they did Sky Active. Sky Active is what we had.
Yeah.
But before that was Jetco, and Jetco was like really bad. So you guys really got a good one because the Jetco transmissions were like very iffy. Very iffy.
Sky Active is really nice. I like those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and an engine.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm a fan of OnlyFans personally. I'm a fan. Not I don't use it, but like I'm a fan of the.
I was like, Kendrick, be careful.
Say, Kendrick,
you will die.
You know what, man? Sometimes for the pod,
you gotta put on for the pod. It's worth it.
You gotta put on for the pod.
We can't do another episode if you die.
I'm joking.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
It's just a joke.
There it is, baby.
We told you.
It was just a joke. You know damn well it was just a joke. You don't even know what I said.
No, Hendrik, I know the context.
It's a joke.
But yeah, so scissoring is
yeah, it's it's a viable thing if you
it's certainly viable is what I was trying. I had reliable in my head because I was thinking about Mazda cars.
We're gonna try and cover up the murder noises that are about to go on.
Yeah, murder noises.
Ain't no murder noises.
Car acceleration happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I something that Kendrick said earlier too, like the people who shame the most are especially like OnlyFans and stuff like that, and anybody who does stuff like that. I mean, it's like people who shame the most are the ones who
who can't make money off of it.
Yeah, and also
men.
Yeah, and they're the biggest consumers of
biggest consumers. They're the reason that it exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
But so another thing too, we were talking about. I mean, I think we kind of talked about cancel culture, or talked about it when we talked about it. Oh no, Kendrick,
you surviving over there, bud?
Yeah, I'm surviving, man. I'm all right.
Okay.
What were you saying?
I was petrified. Fuck. Kendrick get hurt, man. Oh no.
I'm sorry.
So sorry.
I should be
I'm
laughing.
glad y'all having a good old laugh right now.
I know.
Can you just hold my hand, please?
Now I feel bad.
Nah. Just a little bit. They'll be fine.
Yeah, no, people really like go into movies sequels specifically. Like there's an entitlement that any fan has, I think. So anytime the creator wants to do something different or just what they want to do with their movie, fans get like ridiculously mad. I mean, it happens with Star Wars too. I think it's probably the most like, so like Star Wars is there's like there I can understand the fan stuff.
Well, so I was going to mention that too, because you have that, but you also have the opposite thing where if directors pay homage to the originals,
and then people are like, it needs to be different.
It needs to be
different. Which is what happens with The Force Awakens, because everyone says that Force Awakens is the best one out of those three. But they say that now. They say that posthumously. When it came out, people are like, this is just a New Hope.
Yeah.
You know? And then that's what, kind of the snowball, like,
right, with
J.J. Abrams being like, all right, Rian Johnson, like, and I don't think that Rian Johnson is a like bad creative director at all, but like, he just was like, all right, I'm gonna do something I'm gonna do it totally different.
Stop.
Okay, they're good now.
It's good. Yeah, we feel good.
Yeah.
It was a malicious tickle.
Serious.
But yeah, and so I mean that shit happens, and then like Last Jedi came out, people are outraged, and then Rise of Skywalker, which I feel like Rise of Skywalker, I mean, whatever, like however you feel about it, I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it all the way through. I was like, I think for what like people wanted for the creative team to still kind of keep their integrity, I think they did that well. To keep their integrity but still give like fans like what they were asking for. But people still had problems with that. They were like, you should have just done. You should have just finished it the way you were going to do it anyway. And it's like, dude, like nothing can make you happy. And I was actually talking. Like same thing with Alien and Aliens. So like, I mean, everyone loves Aliens, and Alien. Okay, Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. I'm kind of gonna say like, don't worry about those. Like those don't exist. But but Prometheus and then Alien Covenant. So Prometheus and Alien Covenant, those are Ridley Scott. So that's the like original director and writer, all that of Alien. He's the one who created all this shit. And he creates Prometheus and basically calls it like, and he calls it Prometheus, which I think was good, but it's so different from Alien. It's kind of related. It's only really related to Alien, like at the very end.
Yeah.
But it's his thing, and people saw it and they were like, this is terrible. Like this is not Aliens, but everyone wants Aliens. They want shooting up like xenomorphs all the time, but that's not Ridley Scott. It's Ridley Scott's story. And then Alien Covenant came out, and I enjoyed Alien Covenant actually even more than I did Prometheus. I thought it was paced way better because Prometheus was really slow. But I mean that happened. Like 2001 is really slow, but that's like one of if not the best sci-fi movie ever, regarded by everyone. It's probably not my favorite, but I mean it is one of the best. But anyway, so like Alien Covenant, I feel like should have been called something. I feel like it shouldn't have been called Alien. I feel like it should have been called something else, like related to Prometheus and all that. But it wraps things up in a way, and I thought it was good. I thought it was a great movie. But I personally don't feel like it should have been called. Like it was presented like, oh, like this is even more so like Alien. But you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that. People want the same thing, but they don't want it to be exactly the same. And it's just like. It's not your creation, Who cares?
Yeah. Now I will say though, they're definitely sorry, Miles. What were you about to say? I'll let you say it.
I was just talking about like people's entitlement to a director, especially when a director, like you're telling Ridley Scott, like that's
right.
It's his thing. Like
who are you?
Yeah. Like now the Sonic movie, I'm glad they changed it.
Yes.
Because then, it just
but also like to a certain it's like as an artist, it's like I don't do my art. My music is not for other people. Now I'm glad if other people can enjoy it, right? But I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it because it makes me happy, and I'm going to put out what I want to put out.
Yeah. To be honest, this podcast.
Yeah.
This is we're not making this for anybody.
This isn't for I mean, like, this is for us. As friends.
We're extremely glad that people love it.
Like it. Yeah. Right. Not to take that for granted. Please keep watching us. Tell your friends. However, at the end of the day, I'm not doing this for, people, to be like, I don't really like that much. And I was like, okay, cool. You might not like that, but we have other things. But the end all be all of it is, does it make me happy?
Right.
And so audiences come in with a sense of entitlement of, well, if this isn't what I want it to be, then
it's not good.
It's not good.
I think even critics do that to a certain degree too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like, they have their own template, and if it veers too far, then it's not good, unless people really like it. And then critics come back and they say this was really innovative, but that's like, I feel like it's always posthumous. I feel like it's that kind of thing. Is like, you're not really appreciated until you're gone. And so,
right. Now, I definitely do think I wanted to touch real quick on what's been happening recently regarding Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A., for anyone that's listening, he's very popular, so I'd be shocked if most don't know. But Stephen A. Smith is a commentator on ESPN. Personally, I enjoy him a lot. I love Stephen A. I think he's excellent, and it's great to have another black guy basically on the face of ESPN. Like, Stuart Scott was the last one, rest in peace. He lost his life to cancer. But after that, it was just a bunch of white guys, which was the norm. So Stephen A. is like the first, Skip Bayless. Who wants to see Skip Bayless talk all day? So Stephen A. Smith was the first black guy to really come back in the late 2010s and like become the face. But what's been happening recently, there's a brother by the name of Kwame Brown, who was drafted first overall. I don't know if people have been seeing it. It's very popular right now. He was drafted first overall by I think the Washington Wizards. My God, freaking Wizards. And basically was what we call a bust. LeBron was drafted first overall. Hakeem Olajuwon was drafted first overall. You're talking about the greats that were drafted first overall. And here comes Kwame. Granted, he was 17. He was a young guy straight out of high school, but never really amounted to much in his career. Was just a role player for a lot of years. And what happened throughout his career, of course, commentators are going to commentate, like Stephen A. Smith was one of those, and they're going to say, hey, this guy stinks. Like, hey, this is not good. Hey, he's going 1 for 15 from the field, like regular things. Now, Kwame is coming back, and he's making some valid points, but as a person who is a player in the league, he's basically coming at all of those critics, and all those different people that were coming at him. And, just saying like pretty malicious things, but hey, you didn't have to say this. Hey, you didn't have to say this about me. I was 17 and this and that, separate the player from the person, and which I get. So I guess in that one question I definitely want to pose, do you feel like a critic should have firsthand experience in what they're critiquing?
I think to an extent, yes, because it's that similar thing. Because that also plays into the mental health conversation, because it's like, dude, I'm a 17-year-old kid playing in the best league for my sport in the world. Of course, I'm going to be under pressure, and I'm going to, do stuff. And it's a balance. It's a weird balance, because there are people that's like I'm personally a big soccer fan. Anybody that knows me knows that's generally my sport of choice. I mean, I played for 13 years, so I know the sport inside and out. A lot of the best managers in the world for professional teams in Europe either didn't play all too often or did not play at that very top level. They just had very good brains for the sport, and they're good tacticians. So from that perspective, you can say like, maybe you don't have to necessarily have as much playing experience. But then from other perspectives, it's kind of like, well, yeah, but if you're never, there's also to an extent where it's like you will never know what it's like until you're in it. So that's been a big conversation of like, it's like, well, yeah, the media's saying like all this and that, whether it be true or not. Like there's a player in the English league. His name is Jesse Lingard. He played for Manchester. Well, I'm not sure. He still technically plays for Manchester United, but he was loaned to another team this season. And like for the past few years, he's always been like people like just make fun of him on social media. There's always memes about him, about him not being very good and everything. And he just came out about it like this past season while he was on loan, because he did a very good job while he was away on loan, kind of out of the spotlight of being on one of the biggest teams in the world.
Right.
And as that was happening, he was talking about like all of that just was terrible for my mental health. I mean, you turn on the television and all it's like, ooh, like imagine, waking up and all you see on the TV is, God, Miles Malone sucks at bass, or like he's not very good. You just have some guy who's never picked up your instrument or done what you do.
No, he's never even met you.
Yeah,
never. He doesn't even know who you are.
Doesn't know who I am as a person, and constantly you're seeing this. Say you're not doing too well. So now that's playing in your mental health. You're hearing, God, you suck. God, you suck, and now you're sucking more because like you're starting to believe what's happening. You're
right.
I mean, now some people take that and say, all right, well, I'm going to do better. But I think there's a saying, it's weird. It's like the same water that softens the potato hardens the egg. So for some people that negative stimulus is will make them say, all right, no, I'm going to go out and I'm going to improve.
Yeah. Like I'm going to show you.
Yeah. Some people are built like that. That's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
On that same coin, there are different people who are like that. That's terrible for them. That negative stimulus is like, it's just going to keep dragging them down. And again, that's not necessarily, I mean, that's obviously that is negative, but like that they are not a worse person or less of a person or less of a fighter for that. It's just a person. That's how it is.
Yeah. Which I feel like a lot of people are like that. I mean,
so when you have, and it's definitely when it's like you have this guy who doesn't play your sport. You know how hard it is to get in the NBA? Even the worst players in the NBA, like the absolute trash, quote unquote, of the NBA, will shit on any high school baller, college baller. Like,
they'll shit on any league. It's not even the NBA is so. That's why whenever you'll see players like shout out to Jeremy Lin. I mean, it's sad what happened to him in the NBA. He was kind of blackballed, but players like that. Jimmer Fredette is one. This is a white guy that played at what's the Mormon University, the big one, BYU. White guy played at BYU. I mean, broke records. They were calling him Steph Curry, like in the flesh, drafted first round. Literally sucked in the league. Was terrible. I mean, you're talking missing shots, just didn't offer anything on the court. Goes to China, is averaging 38 points.
Yeah.
He's averaging 50 points. He's won MVP I don't know how many times. His team has won a championship, right? So the NBA is so high caliber.
Yeah.
And not only did you make it, you were a first overall pick. So that means that you were better in the eyes of so many scouts and so many different that they were rating you the best player
already.
In the draft.
Yeah, already you're top 1% of, you're like 1% of the 1% in the world
of the 1%.
I mean,
even if you're considered trash in your sport, so already on that alone, it's kind of hard to take the criticism from someone who's never played the sport,
right?
Who talks on a television every week, and to sit there and say this. Now, of course, you also have to balance that with, well, if you're making millions of dollars a year to play this sport, you damn sure better be good at it. There's going to be some sort of pushback when it's like, why are we paying you all this money when we can pay something else? So there's a balance of that too, where it's like, like you're a millionaire. Shut up and get practicing and start practicing.
Is that kind of that's kind of where you have the argument of the shut up and dribble?
Yeah.
Where they tell them to shut up and dribble, and it's like,
Laura,
hey, keep your
one. I'm gonna say this, Laura Ingram, give you a big one of those. I don't care. We're not censoring that. Laura Ingram's a piece of shit. But sorry, came about myself.
No, I mean, hey, it's Laura Ingram.
But
and also you say that to somebody like LeBron, like, are you kidding me? If you're saying that to some small, if you're saying it to anybody, but if you're saying that to some bench warmer or something like that, I guess it's not right, but okay.
But saying it to one of literally arguably the best ever played for, arguably he's in that conversation.
Yeah, it's arguable. It's arguable. Yeah, he's definitely there. So it's like you're talking about somebody who is a mogul. It's not just basketball. Yeah. Okay. And he has a lifetime Nike contract. He has a wing of the Nike facility named after him.
He's more than just a player at that point. He's an influencer as well.
Oh my God.
He's one of the most famous people on the planet.
On the planet. LeBron James can go anywhere in the world, and they will go crazy over him. Yeah. Anywhere. Not many people can say that, white or black. So. And I definitely agree with you when it comes to the fact that it's like, hey, as an athlete, like if I'm in Kwame's shoes, right? First off, that brother, you want to talk about pressure. You were drafted first overall in the NBA.
Yeah.
Secondly, you're 17 and you're going to play with Michael freaking Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't just going nowhere. Yeah. He was going to Washington with Jordan.
Yeah.
So you're talking. I don't know if anybody watched The Last Dance. Personally, I mean, if you haven't watched The Last Dance and you like sports, just watch The Last Dance. Like, you don't even have to like sports. Just watch The Last Dance. And it will inspire anybody. Like, but it's just such a raw. Everyone has that excuse in our generation, like, oh, LeBron's the best because I didn't watch Jordan, or Kobe's the best because I didn't watch Jordan. It's like, okay, go watch The Last Dance, and then you'll understand what dominance is.
Yeah.
Because to win 6 NBA championships, 3 back-to-back.
Yeah.
So you're telling me this season, you know how long an NBA season is?
Yeah.
You're talking 80-something regular season games, plus a postseason where you have the potential to play 3 Game 7 series. 3, and then a finals that can go 7 games. That's crazy. So he won 6, but anyone who watched The Last Dance knows how Jordan is. All right, Jordan is a hell of a player, but he's not known to be the nicest person. He's known to be a dick. He's known to really hit you, and if you don't hit back, you're gonna basically not play, and you're not gonna do much. So you have a 17-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the first overall pick. So Jordan is looking at him like, I was drafted 3rd.
Yeah. So you better be like,
you better be Hakeem, brother. You better be a Hall of Famer. And he had all the tools. I mean, he's 7'1", 270, 280 pounds. He's a walking brick. I mean, he has the tools, but he stepped on the court, and you got Jordan with the expectations, telling you better, I'm gonna beat you down, this, that, and the third. And what happens? He gets on the court. He looks complete freezes. And because he's 17. Who else at 17 would not freeze like that?
You're a kid.
You're a kid. At 17, we were what? In high school, like chilling, right? He's 17 playing in Verizon Center. Like, no.
With millions of people watching you every week.
Oh my God. And millions of people expecting something
you
from
to be the best.
So it's not only that. Then you go down the years and you see, oh my God, I'm first overall pick. I suck. Look at all these guys drafted after me that are stars, right? In that draft, let me think. Let me just look that up really quick and look up who, because I know you guys will probably know the names. It's like Kwame Brown draft. Let me see what draft. 2001. He was 2001 NBA draft. So, oh man. Oh yeah. So I'm just going to name off some of the players that were drafted after him, and you'll probably remember some of these names. So Tyson Chandler, 1. Yep. Pau Gasol, 2. Went on to ring with Kobe. Mark Gasol was drafted, so that's 3. Joe Johnson, shooting guard. Richard Jefferson, he was drafted. Jason Collins, Zebo, Zach Randolph.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gerald Wallace. Tony Parker went to go play for the Spurs. Gilbert Arenas went to play for the Wizards. He won. He was a freaking beast. I mean, you're talking about guys that were drafted 25 picks later that had better and longer careers than him.
Mm-hmm.
So that is going against him. And then to look up, and I love Stephen A., but to see a Stephen A. Smith go on television and call you a complete bust and watch your highlights.
Yeah, well, the
all of your bad, all the low lights.
That's what really is like, damn, like, really,
man. Like all of the low lights, like, oh, he dropped a pass, because they do like Shaq in a fool where Shaq does the same thing, but it's like, it's fun in games, it's like Stephen A. Smith, no offense, kind of made a career out of bashing certain players.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, and again, he's a commentator. Like that's his job. So that's where I'm kind of like you know, just like the critics have to separate the artist from the art, the players I think should also separate the artist, you know, the commentator from what he says to a certain extent. There's a limit. There's certain things you say that get personal, right? Like Stephen A. Smith told a story about how Allen Iverson almost fist fought him. Like there's certain things you say that will get personal. If I'm on the court and I'm playing, and let's say my sister just passed away, and you say, "Hey, it doesn't matter what distraction you have before the game, brother. You need to be putting up them points."
Yeah, that's like okay, man.
When will I see you again? Because when I see you again, it can get physical. You know, and so you have to separate to a certain extent. But it's just, you know, for Kwame and for anybody in the media, I think like let's say we drop an album or something, somebody's giving it crazy bad reviews, you know, and just tarnishing. It's like you need to take everything into account, I think, before you have it. You make a public statement on that level.
And that's not,
you know, so like
that's the thing. It's not to say that, it's not to say that you shouldn't accept criticism, because I think in anything you do, criticism is important. That's important to your development. That's how you get better. If you can't take criticism, then you can't get better.
Right.
Because I mean, also like, you know, you made it once you get good comments and bad comments.
Yeah,
you know?
That's another thing. If there's a certain extent, like we said with Kwame, you already made it to the top. Like
you did everything.
Like you're good. Like no one can ever say that you're. Even though people will be like, "Oh man, he's trash." All the people that everybody's going to be like, "Oh man, Kwame's trash."
Right.
They're not sitting in the NBA.
Yeah.
No. And Kwame also played for like 10 years. He played for like 10 to 12 years.
Which
so he had a long career.
Most like NBA careers are something like less than like 5 years or something like that. Yeah. I think it's less than
if
5.
You're drafted. That's if you're drafted.
Yeah.
If you're drafted.
And
talk about
so
people
like,
that are undrafted.
You know,
but
are you doing that? You know.
But also, and then when you talked about how Stephen A. he made his career on bashing people.
Yeah.
That kind of goes back into the thing of if that's what you're good at, it's one of those things where it's a catch-22, because it's like Stephen A. still needed to make his money. He still needed to have
Stephen A.
And that's
and also you're talking about somebody in Stephen A. like he's not a Perez Hilton, right? Like this is a different guy. Perez Hilton is just a white guy who's, you know, happened to be gay, I think at a time where being gay was trendy, when it was, you know, when it was like first being accepted by a lot of people, you know, in the early 2000s. So he had that going in his favor, and he knew people and basically got famous by literally doing nothing but talking trash. It didn't take talent, it didn't take skill, and it didn't take hard work, period. Stephen A. Smith was illiterate. Like you're talking about somebody who did not know how to read and literally scratched and clawed his way, went to an HBCU in Winston-Salem, kept working from there, went out and was doing the beat on high school basketball in North Carolina. Like this is a guy who's, we see the ESPN and the Kwame Brown bashing, which is, you know, you take it as you want.
But he's put in the work to get to where
he put in the work. Yeah, and that's where a lot of the players, to me, lose credibility, where it's like, okay, because again, we're musicians. We don't go out and physically beat ourselves up or do whatever, right? A columnist. So some people might look at us like, oh, they're not putting, like Tim, you mentioned exactly the other day, the difference between an electrician and a musician. When they're both technically entrepreneurs, but one is looked at way better than the other. The same thing goes for athletes and columnists. At the end of the day, an athlete puts in work on the court. You know how hard it is to write a 3-page article in Sports Illustrated? You think that's easy? And the fact that these guys are pumping that out every week, every 3 days, and then don't let a breaking news alert happen, because that's an automatic 5-page article right there, right? Like you have to go out and get sources, and it's not easy. So for Stephen A. to do that from being illiterate, and Kwame Brown comes out and is like, well, you ain't do nothing. You ain't no athlete. You just get on the TV and talk. It's like, I get he's not an athlete. You know, it's a two-way street. I understand I'm not an athlete. I can't relate to certain things, but you're not a journalist and you can't relate to anything.
You can't just say I don't do anything. You can't just say it's more than just getting on a TV and talking, because it's like the way more, especially Stephen A. put to get to where he is.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, you know, it's posthumous. I've been using that word a lot today. But you know, Kwame should kind of I feel personally that like should have kind of left it at like, hey man, like can you like not do, like just don't do it like that, you know? You don't have to show my lowlights like like that, like you do that for Shaq, but Shaq is wildly successful,
Oh,
like, why are you gonna kick me when I'm down,
Yeah,
it's like I'm not even really down, but in the eyes of everyone else I am.
He could have done it. He could have done it in a way that's just like, hey man, like I didn't really appreciate that. But instead of going further to say you
don't know anything,
to discredit his work was
just makes it
was like. But then it's also, you're looking at it as like, well, you just discredited my work. But it's
again weird. It's a weird. I get it's definitely a weird dynamic, but that's my job is it in a way to discredit when you mess up. Like that's my job. So if you're LeBron James and it's the game 7 of the NBA Finals and you drop 5 points, Lord Jesus, you better expect to hear it in the news tomorrow. Like you're LeBron and you drop 5 points. You're Kwame Brown, the #1 overall pick, and you average 3 points in your 3rd year in the league. Your 3rd year.
Yeah, that is.
You better expect you average damn near 2 points more than your draft slot. That's really bad. Meanwhile, LeBron's the 1st overall pick and goes on to change it. And not everyone's going to be LeBron,
right? Yeah.
But
that's necessary.
To be as mediocre as Kwame was as the 1st overall pick, you're going to hear it. Yeah. And it's Stephen A went about it a certain way, but I'm with Miles. I'm with Tim as well. Like to discredit what he did to get to that point. You don't get an ESPN feature deal as a journalist for no reason. Like Stephen A has transcended, and that's why I think I have so much respect for him.
He's in the same way that LeBron has changed the way that the sport is played. Stephen A has changed the way that sports journalism is done. And
LeBron has changed the way that an athlete is looked at.
Yeah.
It's no longer just an athlete. I mean, look at LeBron. They just interviewed Jay-Z, for Christ's sakes. Mm-hmm. You know how hard it is to get Jay-Z for an interview? And the fact that they did it on the shop?
To be on that level of public consciousness. I mean, the only other that's like, there's only a few athletes like that in the world who are so present, like your Cristianos, your Messis.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Kobe when he was alive.
Kobe was like that. Serena Williams to an extent.
I
wouldn't say necessarily. I don't know if she really wants to be that, but I think
Naomi Osaka will be that.
Oh yeah,
give her 10 years. Naomi Osaka, I think.
But I don't think that's ever been Serena Williams' desire.
It's not her lane.
Not necessarily her lane. I just don't think that's what she wants. I think if she could if she wanted.
Yeah, right. Right, that's what I meant by lane. Because some athletes like really genuine. They're like, look, my lane is just playing tennis and then being me. And then some athletes are like, no, I'm going to try to change things.
Yeah,
and I think Naomi, I personally enjoy what she's doing.
Yeah,
when it comes to she's refusing to do press conferences and she's taking fines for it. Because she's like, I get to these press conferences as a Black Asian woman,
and they're always asking.
You guys are asking me a lot of these really racist and also sexist questions towards women that you don't ask Rafael Nadal. You don't ask Roger Federer.
That's like really crazy. Like the difference between how journalists treat women and men as well. It's just like,
have you ever listened to a Scarlett Johansson interview?
Or actually, not even just in sports, in anything.
Anything.
You can find compilations of like Scarlett Johansson. That's a good example of just like,
oh my God,
of interviewers. Like they'll ask like, oh, here's Jeremy Renner. They'll ask him like, some mundane question. And then they'll be like, well, Scarlett, what about your breast reduction? And it's just like,
dude,
I'm sitting here talking about Avengers Civil War and you're asking me about that. Like, what the?
Oh my God. Yeah. Or how do you feel about how your body looked in certain outfits?
Yeah,
it's like, dude. This is the movie. Did you ask Chris Evans that?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you go out and ask freaking Robert Downey Jr.? You wouldn't even part your lips to ask Robert Downey Jr. how he felt his body looked in one of those Iron Man suits. Like he probably look at you like you were crazy.
And it's crazy how like normalized that is. Where it's just I don't even think it's normalized because a lot of the time these women will look back and be like, there is no way you just asked me that question. Like that is ridiculous.
No, I think it is normalized. I think it is.
I think normalized.
That's why they still ask it.
But it's kind of like
normalized in the community.
But it's one of those things where it's like
you still have to be like, dude, come on,
Exactly. Especially like have some respect for who I am, man or woman. It don't matter. Like you're Scarlett Johansson. Like you're in a Marvel movie time and time again. Like put some. I've seen so many with Amy Adams. It's like this is an Oscar nominated actress. Are you kidding me right now? Anne Hathaway even.
Just at the top of their game, and then they're still being asked about these things like, ooh, like or God forbid a female celebrity be unmarried or not in a public relationship.
Or be married too many times.
God forbid.
God forbid it.
Just like, oh, so what about your relationship stuff? That happened to Rihanna all the time. Shout out Rihanna.
Oh, that was
2 weeks in a row, baby. You know what it is. Anyway,
if she does stumble across this podcast, you would be the luckiest man in the world. I tell you that.
Hey,
you better hope ASAP don't come and try to mess you up ASAP.
I'll send him back to Sweden.
Oh,
Donnie's not in office no more, boy.
Oh God.
Oh, ASAP. Oh,
I'm kidding, ASAP. You got me on that. I mean,
damn, that was a dark one. He said, "I'll send you back to Sweden." God damn.
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Mm-hmm. I love the UK. I love England. I love it. But you a bitch ass. I know y'all seen that video when he fought somebody in the UK.
My God.
He said, I love England. I love England. But you a bitch. I was like, yo. No, ASAP. Send his. Oh, God. I'm not even going to repeat it. That was harsh.
But yeah. So, but like, yeah, what was I saying? That, how do we get in this? Rihanna. That's how.
Yeah.
So like, I've seen so many interviews where people are just like, ooh, a man. And she's just like, dog, can I? I'm sitting here trying to peddle Fenty. Y'all ask me about it. I don't care about that. Like,
which is a big business, by the way. It's not like she's sitting here, peddling some crap. Like,
baby, Rihanna, shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Fenty. Shout out to Fenty. Shout out to Fenty. Shout out to Kylie Skin. Shout out to.
If you need if you're doing like a Fenty Men thing, trust me. Oh my God. I'll be right there. Do not worry.
A Fenty model, a Fenty man model.
Men's line, please, Rihanna, please.
You can put a Jaden Smith. You can put a Jaden Smith like he did with I don't know if it was Coach or Louis Vuitton. He modeled the women's line. If
you need me to do it, if it's for Fenty,
hey, them checks gonna look nice. Them checks gonna look really nice.
Man, you will see a smile on my face every episode. Tell you that.
You know what I'm trying to model Ivy Park. I'm trying to model Ivy Park. We'll get one of them big boxes in front of my house.
Beyonce.
Tim, I don't know if you saw that with all the celebrities where Beyonce's like Ivy Park line, all the celebrities were getting like big Adidas boxes in front of their house. Oh, yeah. They're just dropping them. Yeah. And it was like a ton of clothes. It's like a closet in a box.
So
goodness.
Like give me that.
Yeah. Any big like fashion label. Maybe not any big, because some of y'all be acting up. Some of y'all do be acting up.
You know who's gonna call you? FUBU if they want to make a comeback.
FUBU.
You're gonna be the poster child with them leather satin shoes.
If the check looks nice, I might do it. I might sell out for FUBU.
I might sell out for FUBU.
You're gonna get FUBU. Tim's probably gonna get members only.
Oh.
And then I'm probably gonna wind up getting, I don't even know. Members only is good though. I like members only jackets.
I was actually gonna say, man, I'll just do Old Navy. You know, I'll be the stock. I don't care. It's already cheap, but you know.
What about Chaps?
Chaps? Nah, not Chaps.
Really?
Not Chaps. Chaps got some nice stuff. I like Chaps.
No, I like. I think I have a couple.
What was that Walmart
brand?
Penguin.
What if Penguin came to you?
I got a few Chaps polos. But I'm not.
What if that Kendrick? What was the name of that Walmart brand? That we went in
George.
What if George?
I'd model for George.
You'd model for
George. Yes. They got fire stuff.
I mean, if someone asked me like, "Hey, do you want to model for this?" and it was a good check, I'd say yes. I don't care. I don't care what it is. You know?
I'd model for George on a bad check because I think George on me would be so good it'd make the check rise up.
There you go.
I think I can pull George off. I mean,
George you ask for residuals. George, like,
I need residuals. Exactly. Pay me in equity. Give me some equity, and I will ride this George wave. Yeah, I will ride the George wave. I'll do what Kanye did to Adidas.
It'll be like Champion, where it was like a Walmart brand, nobody was talking about it, and then all of a sudden,
now it's.
I'm so mad I didn't get me some Champion hoodies back in the day. I'm so mad. I'm so mad because now Champion is so big that you have people that make clothing lines that get Champion to distribute it. That get Champion to manufacture because Champion, the quality of their hoodies is so good compared to everybody else.
I've got a bunch of like Champion athletic shorts, but it's like the old stuff, you know. Like it's when they still had the thin logo.
Oh,
you know, instead of the blue and red. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hold on. They're also comfy as hell. You know, not to like. Well, I guess to sell out to Champion, but especially now. But no, I mean,
I sell out. Yeah.
No, I'm
some kid.
Honest,
trust me.
Those for me.
Some kid in Ontario is going to offer you $400 for them shorts in 5 years. I promise you. Especially when the streetwear style, the grunge wear starts to get bigger and bigger. Oh yeah, $400 for each one of them shorts.
Yeah. Jeez. Well, see, my style is like graphic T-shirt and jeans, so I'll model for Target. You know. I'll do Target.
Target be having some good looking models though. When it comes like even the guys, like the guys, they'll be having some good.
No, I couldn't actually model for Target, but like they. Like,
I think we could do it.
I mean, okay, guys. Hey, guys, come on. You know, no.
So short, man.
So short.
All right, listen. I know I look good. All right, let's. I'm not.
Let's put a capital L,
but it's like
capital L and a G on that, man. You look good. You look good, man.
Yeah,
you know,
come on.
They may just try, but you know what? I think they would try to probably take you to the extreme. Probably give you a buzz cut, give you a buzz, maybe give you some glasses.
No, look. I do look. I will say, I actually do look good with glasses.
Yes,
I find
glasses.
But I don't wear.
I don't wear glasses, but like I've looked and I've been like,
I do look really good now. Yes. And
Let me stare at the sun for a few seconds.
Kendrick, you do look like the look of the buzz cut on me, don't you?
Yeah.
Didn't we talked about
that low look? Yes. Bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean
that low look.
Yeah, I mean, I probably will end up buzzing my hair like more often.
So to be fair,
like every few years, but I'm growing it out for a year.
When you grew it out last summer, nice.
Yeah, and that's
very nice.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm growing it out for a year. So I buzzed my hair on New Year's, and I'm growing it out for a year. And for anyone watching right now, this is what it's at right now. This is like what it's usually at. Like when I get my haircut, my dad's just been held. Like this has all been growing up like almost down to my eyebrows now. But my dad's been cutting like the sides and back so that I don't have a mullet. And then I've been having him cut the sides and back so I don't have a mullet. And then and so I don't have to pay. And but I think now I'm at the point where like I just have to let it grow. And I mean, like, you know, a few months from now, I'll like go into hair cuttery and be like, hey, I'm growing my hair out, and they'll just go, all right, you don't have to pay like that, you know, because that's what they did before. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
long-haired men.
That's what I'm gonna do. You know, and I look good with long hair and buzz cut. I agree.
Yeah,
I know.
Okay, in general, I think I actually have I do have really good hair. Like I know that. Like I have thick hair, like thick.
Good hair. What makes it good?
Because it's never mind. I'm not gonna. Umar
alert,
sir. I have good hair for.
Let's see how you navigate this one.
Me. I got good hair from me. It looks good on me.
What do you mean by that?
Fuck. It just fits me. You know?
I know I can't. I'm never buzzing my hair short ever again.
Nah, it's not happening.
I love my hair so much.
Yeah, your hair looks great, man.
Ooh, it's been
your hair is great, man.
Just over 3 years.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Oh my god, it's the best decision ever made because my head is shaped. You know, did you ever watch the Proud Family movie?
Yeah.
Remember those little peanut guys?
That's how your head is shaped, bro.
Yeah.
That's how your head is shaped. I think it's because your neck is so like small. So your neck plus your head equals just.
I think it's more my head is big than my neck. I think my neck's a normal size. My head is big. It's just small for my head.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Your neck is small for your head. Yeah, that's what I meant. Your neck's like not tiny, so your neck is small for your head.
That's what it sounds like.
like looking like Candace. I didn't mean that. Just kidding. I'm totally just kidding.
Damn
I also have.
Damn it.
I'm totally just kidding, Miles.
Every week I come on here and I get abused. Y'all see it? every week.
Episode 6 was the most, though.
These two. Episode 6 was the most.
Was that
these two? Brother, hold up. We ain't doing no abusing over here, man. We just, damn well y'all have gotten me an equally good amount of times.
I'm calling CPS. No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Especially when you were sick that one time. Yeah.
Sorry, Ken.
That was some bullshit, bro. I was actually suffering, man. You sit here cracking jokes. That's some bullshit. Sorry, it's all good, bro. Because when y'all have runny asses, I'm not. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna crack jokes. I'm actually. You know what? I'm not gonna.
You're to take the high road.
Person.
And you know what? I respect you for that.
I respect that.
Yeah, maybe drop off some Pepto Bismol at your house or something. like that.
Well, okay. Don't let that shit happen to me though. So
well, I'll take. Yeah, I hate this.
Well, you can't really say. You might go out to Chicken Roots one day and just come home and just be shitting.
Man, I hate.
You literally never know.
You never know.
Yeah, Pepto Bismol.
It just turns your chunks pink. It's nasty, dude. It's nasty. Ooh. I'm sorry.
I take Imodium AD. Imodium AD just stops everything, and I won't have any runs or nothing like that after I take it. But Pepto Bismol just, you're right. It just all it does is keep you going.
Yeah,
and then it just
good.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't do any good. Doesn't do any good. I just, I do the saltine diet for like a day. Saltine and water.
Saltine and ginger ale.
Saltine, ginger ale, and water. Yeah, the green
ginger ale is a good one.
Man, ginger ale is like some sort of magic elixir for some reason. Why is it? It's like Robitussin and ginger ale. Why is that? Whenever it's like anything's wrong, get
some Robitussin, baby.
Robitussin.
Get some Robitussin, baby.
Mom, I got a big gash on my leg. Go get some Robitussin.
Pop some of that ginger ale.
Seriously.
I'm like,
seriously. Or better yet, Neosporin. Yep. You know how many cuts I think I've had that should have gotten stitches? That should have genuinely gotten stitches. And my mom was just like, Neosporin. And I was fine. It healed it. I put 2 Band-Aids on, but it healed it.
2 Band-Aids. It's like, Mom, my foot fell off. Can we go to the hospital? Get some Robitussin, baby.
Get some Robitussin and Neosporin.
Get some Robitussin and a frozen paper towel.
Oh,
or for some people, I know some people went through hydrocortisone. Hydrocortisone was one of them joints too, where people was just like, look, it's anti-itch, it's anti-sickness. So if you got a stomach ache, grab some hydrocortisone on your stomach. And it worked for some people. Or Bengay. Bengay was another thing. It worked for some people.
Bengay, that's what I was thinking. Icy hot, like
icy hot,
but I mean that wasn't me. That wasn't my thing. But like I think I remember some people doing the icy hot, but Bengay is the one.
Yeah. Bengay was definitely that one, man. But hey, we went in here talking about media, but we started talking about OnlyFans. We talked about goddamn everything.
We went into a lot of stuff, yeah.
A lot of stuff. Kwame Brown.
I feel good about this one.
Our TikTok at the TurnDown.
At the TurnDown. I like this episode. This is it's always a good one. God damn.
I felt really good.
Get our views up, get our follows is a really nice one.
Yes.
I'm in charge of it, so I'm gonna try and post stuff like every day, every other day around that frequency.
Yep.
We might have some behind the scenes stuff. Tell us you guys want some like extra content.
You want us to do some challenges?
Yeah.
Ooh.
We might expand into a bigger YouTube channel once we once we have the time. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Do some vlogs.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down for some vlogs. That'd be fun.
Day in the life.
Yeah. So who knows?
I'm not against it.
I'm gonna have to, man. That's gonna be the real emergence of editor Tim.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because I've been doing the
shout out to Tim for editing.
Shout out to Tim for the editing, man.
Shout out to Kendrick for like doing a lot of stuff for us. I can't even name it all. So thank you for that, Kendrick.
Yeah. I mean, Instagram topics, keeping it flowing.
Yeah.
Hey.
I do the TikToks, and that's it. And I come here.
TikToks is a big portion too, because that could pop off.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Honestly, already.
It's already seen some traction.
What is with that? Because I posted like 3 TikToks the first night, and we had like 1,500 views in like a few hours.
Crazy,
it was crazy.
It's awesome.
But yeah. We work together. We're a good team, and we hope that's showing.
I like to think so.
To our viewers, of course, this would not be possible without the viewers. And the listeners,
like you, PBS.
I don't think we can
For this podcast made possible.
No. Oh well, yes. That's fine.
Not
PBS.
Coming from Big Shaq.
Unless PBS wants to take. Unless
LeBron on here.
Hey LeBron, it's Big Shaq. I'm just curious. How'd you drop 50 points tonight?
I drank a Sprite cranberry.
That's there we go.
Hey, you put some icy out on before the game?
It was been good.
All right. Big Shaq Diesel. I'll see you.
Big Shaq.
So, anyways, thank you, viewers.
It's the thirstiest time.
Thank you, viewers.
Thank you, viewers. That was episode 11. We'll be back next week.
Thank you, viewers.
With episode 12, we don't know what the topic is going to be. If there is a topic, there really isn't. Even though we have a topic, there never really is a topic.
Yeah. It's always just us
always a
out.
tangent. But the tangents are always worth it.
That's why you love us, and that's why we love
you keep watching
us too.
That's why we love you. Application
time
still
to turn down. Time to turn down.
Turn it down, guys.
Get with your boy.
Bye.
Turn down.